Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a couple of stuff. First off, did I just miss some news? I think I did. Something about XRP I'll get to. I didn't include it in my news, which I just realized I should have. We're also going to talk about Donald Trump and a news conference that he had today. Not a news conference, a press conference. And a lot of news regarding, well, Binance, Coinbase presenting their earnings, Binance with their meme coins, PancakeSwap, etc. I did touch on it briefly, those specific topics in the previous stream, but I'm going to TLDR continue to summarize that for this stream as well. And also, what else do we got? Yeah, other news as well that we'll get into most of it. Right now, Bitcoin is still holding strong, pretty flat actually, ever since our most recent dip on February 2nd. This was due to trade war tariff fears. We've recovered from that, tapped 100,000, and then stayed in the zone of, between 94 and $100,000 approximately. So currently stuck in there. I want to draw a rectangle on this. Oh, why does this one look different? Didn't I style this differently? I'll just extend the line left and right, no border, have a background, and make the background, I don't know. Does that look any good? Kinda. Yeah, it looks alright. I'm just gonna put this here so that I know where it is in case I ever want to delete it. Okay, cool. So yeah, we technically have Bitcoin within this range that you can see. $100,000 and $94,000. Kind of stuck there for now. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for, it got deleted, but I have it usually marked right over here. Vertical line. February 18, we're expecting around 8 o'clock. FTX repayment. February 18 is when FTX, the failed exchange by Sam Bankman-Fried, is going to be repaying all of its clients in stablecoins with interest, right? Everybody that got scammed by that exchange is getting their money back. So good for them, I guess. Actually, I want to keep this in the bottom, center, horizontal orientation. Yes, perfect. So this is going to be an important date for sure, because you're going to get paid back in stable coins. And I mentioned this all the time. What are you going to do with stable coins? Okay, cash out. That won't impact the market. What will impact the market is if you buy, and it will impact it in a good way because you're adding more liquidity. People will be getting billions of dollars back and buying Bitcoin in total, not each person, right? Otherwise, yeah, 1 million Bitcoin would have been very easy, but no, it's, I'm not sure the exact amount that people will be getting refunded. It's all different depending on the person, but regardless, you're getting refunded. Right now, yeah, 96,000 Bitcoin, and it's not in any specific trend yet, at least in the short term. We have seen that it's technically been in a downtrend, especially going out and extending our vision to the 4-hour chart. That hasn't changed, at least it shouldn't have changed because of, I changed my super trend configuration settings. If you're not aware with what I'm doing with my previous streams, I'm backtesting or just trying out a new strategy that it keeps this super trend at default settings, uses two moving averages of 50 and 200 exponential to figure out what the trend of the market is. Once price goes below those two, we are technically in a downtrend, and from there we would look for shorts, looking at the 5-minute chart, looking at the RSI and the stochastic as well. I'm going to be moving this. I'll move both of it up. I keep changing how I stylize this every time pretty much. But I'll keep this here. Average true range is to help me determine where I would put my stop losses. As of right now, though, there really isn't any specific entries. So we could practically ignore it. I do want to change this. It's too bright. Like a 10%. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. All right, so yeah, that's what we got so far. Nothing too crazy. It's very good support that we've got here, right? But we are technically in a downtrend, so we still got to be cautious of that. Look at this. This is one of the trades I had open that was for my failed backtesting experiment, and till this day it's still open. This was practically open on January 13th, and I didn't get much results out of it, so that's why I am still just trying to backtest as much as I can. These, I don't think I will need any longer. I think I could get rid of this as well. I don't think I'll be backtesting that strategy, at least not with ChatGPT anymore. I am using AI to help me code, and implementing that code with Python just to do the backtesting for me. Because backtesting is a very difficult thing. Nice. Let's have a look at the other coins. Ethereum is down 1.62%. Price is 2,696, almost 2,700. It has been on the rise lately. Man, I swear I haven't included a lot of stuff. All right. Let me show you guys something. Make communism great again. If you're wondering what this is, Vitalik. Yes, the real Vitalik, guys, said, make communism great again, in a reply to some tweets about, I don't even know what they were discussing. Whatever. Just communist stuff, I guess, and there you go. People are outraged now that Vitalik from Ethereum, the founder of Ethereum, making these kinds of tweets. So people just... they're scared now of what to do with Ethereum, but it seems like it hasn't really impacted Ethereum negatively in that sense. Like, it's still costing around the same. You know, not too much volatility has been going on here. Still, though, some people are upset that he tweeted that. I don't mind it. Whatever. He could say whatever he wants, but of course, you gotta watch what you say online. You're gonna upset some people regardless. Ethereum is still, you know, fine, I guess. Project is good. I loaded up on some more. I did take some profits as well, as it did come down. It was unintentional, but, you know, I put stop loss in positive territory on my main account. That's how I make that. Solana is 196, still sub 200, by the way, which I think that's still a good price. Good opportunities for DCA entries into Solana. Not financial advice, but you get the point. Sure, we're technically in a downtrend, but it looks like it's about to flip very soon. First, we flip the super trend, which will push it down here about 188, I think. If price continues going up, we break out of the 200, and we also get that moving average crossover from the 50 above the 200, which the 200 moving average, which would also go above the 200 price point, right? Very important critical zone for Solana at $200, given this scenario here. I do want to draw it. And when will this happen? It literally could happen any day. Maybe we see another dip, but for sure, February 18. Yeah, why not? I think it's going to be too far. What if it just breaks out tonight? I don't think it will. Because we're going to need some time for this kind of movement to happen, which can take up to 69 bars. If I measure that over here, I don't know. 16th of February, sure. We'll keep an eye on that. Yep, it's absolutely possible. I can see that happening. XRP is up today, 3.26%, $2.55. Small little pump we got going on here. It's about to cross over into a bullish trend. Reason why it is pumping is because I had something here and I don't think I had it saved. It had to do with the Securities Exchange Commission and XRP. I want to see if I could find it. So the SEC has officially acknowledged the XRP 19B4 filings. It's Grayscale's filings. And it doesn't seem like it's had too much of an effect, right? But you get the idea. Still bullish news for Solana regarding the Securities Exchange Commission, giving it a small little pump today compared to the rest of the coins, right? Everything is about 1% down or like 0%. XRP is up 3% because of that. Went from $2.44 to $2.55 approximately. So good for XRP. Getting their Securities Exchange Commission lawsuit out of the way. I mean, we already know that they've already won the case and everything like that, and they're still getting appealed or pressured by Gary Gensler. But now that guy's gone. He got fired as soon as Donald Trump took office, January 20. So now XRP has nothing to fear. We're getting a bit of a pump action going on over here and a crossover coming up very soon, which will confirm the bullish trend. So yeah, overall good for Solana. Sui is down 4% today. Some odd reason. Technically still in an uptrend, according to my indicators over here. It's $3.46. I'm really happy for Sui. It was below $3. I just entered some poor position on my main account. Like, it wasn't with too much money, and the stop loss was super far. I think it was like, yeah, below this. And my take profit was like a risk reward ratio of 1 to 4, so it would be like almost $5. My take profit, yeah, above, like up here. You get the idea, right? But it's on its way up. Like, I entered over here. So I'm pretty close. Well, not close. Still far, but on the right track, I guess. Literally anything could happen, and I would regret not taking profits here. But the profit is just so minimal. I didn't put too much volume. I should have put more, but it's whatever. I already put a lot more entries into Sui. I DCA'd a lot higher, so I'm still overall very negative in terms of my positions for Sui, but still bullish with where the project is going to go. Today they did announce something very important, which I do want to also cover. I'll just cover it right now that we're on the topic of Sui. The time has come. They're excited to introduce the official design of the Sui Play 0x1. Their new handheld gaming device is, it's been announced. You can pre-order yours. I've heard about them working on this project of their handheld gaming device, and ultimately I'm excited to see it. I wonder how exactly, what the specs are, or, you know, what it's got. I actually want to see, like, what do they have to offer here? All right. $600. I don't know about that. Oh, I have to keep scrolling. Okay. Your favorite PC games. Okay, that's cool. You get to play PC games on a handheld device. Discover new worlds. Own your assets. Okay, looks like Fortnite, God of War. I don't know what this game is. Cool. Powered by Sui. Earn rewards. Unlock exclusive perks and rewards. What do you get? Do you get Sui? Pre-order pricing is $599. Pre-orders are available now. Okay, here's the specs. Resolution 1920 by 1200, good. Memory 16 gigabytes of RAM, very good. Battery, I don't understand these numbers. 48 watt hours, 50 watt hours, 65 watt hour PD charge. Okay. Wi-Fi 6, good. AMD Ryzen 7. AMD Ryzen 7. I think that there's a better one of this, but okay, cool. Is there more? Is there a higher AMD than AMD Ryzen 7? It should be 9, right? Ryzen 7, yeah, Ryzen 9. Okay, so it's not the highest one. Ryzen 9 is the better one, but sure, I guess. 7-inch display, so about the size of your phone and an inch longer. That's measuring it diagonally. Cool animations. I'm still scrolling. Native games on the Sui Play. Exosociety, Warped, Panzer Dog, Samurai Showdown, testimonials, a lot of 5-star reviews. Will this replace the Steam Deck? I don't think so. Where's my NFT? Oh boy. Subscribe. Put your email there so you can get hacked. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sui, new gaming handheld device. I don't know. Based off of this drop that we're getting, it's not too heavy either. It's still I mean, look at the price, $3.47. It's almost 3.50. It's really good. We reached a high of 3.66. This was February 12th, yesterday, at 5 o'clock p.m. But man, that was a crazy pump over here. This was unrelated, though. It's not because of that news. The news just came out a couple hours ago. When did it come out? 3 o'clock p.m. today. So, yeah. Nothing too major, but there you have it. 3 o'clock p.m. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 15 o'clock right over here. We had a tiny pump and then back down. So not too much of an impact, this news. We're practically where we started in terms of before or after the news. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be revolutionary, but it's a good thing that they're starting off with that. I've heard that gaming will play a big part in this cycle, this market cycle, right? You got AI, you got memes, you got gaming, you got RWAs, and what's the other category I'm missing? Probably something irrelevant if I can't remember. I don't know, just other ecosystems, layer 1, layer 2s, deepen. Yeah. All right, there you go. It's still in an uptrend. Hey, could I find an entry? I'm entering outside of my regular hours, but yeah, I could have entered over here. According to my strategy, how this works is you look for the RSI and the stochastic. RSI has to be, you're changing the values here. So this has to be below, what is this number? 40, right? The red line is at 40. So if the price dips far enough, where the RSI reading is below 40, in this case you see over here the numbers is at 37, that means you can look for long entries, but you do also have to wait for the crossover in the stochastic RSI, which also has to be having its crossover also below 20 in this case, if you're looking for long positions. So how this would work is on this candlestick at the close of it, I guess, once this candle closed, a long position would be entered. If it's closing down here. Your stop loss would be whatever the average true range is, which you can see from this number over here. It's about 1 cent and 483 millicents. So what you would do is you whip out a calculator, 0.01483, multiply that by 2. It's 2 times the average true range where your stop loss is going to go. So if you're entering at the price of $3.43 and 898 millicents, you would just subtract whatever that amount is, 3.43898 minus whatever the 2 average true ranges are. Your stop loss is going to be $3.40. You paste that in here. That's your stop loss. And your take profit, what you're going to do is you grab your ticks, multiply that value by 3. You paste the ticks in the profit level, and that gives you your take profit amount, which happens to be 352. I've multiplied it by 3 because I want to have a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 3, is at least what I'm expecting. And hey, if you look at this so far, if I was able to time this perfectly, I would have been able to enter, and this would have been going decent so far. Now, there's a couple things, though, with the strategy that I'm doing, is that I'm not supposed to be operating at this time, which completely defeats the purpose of me streaming at this time, hence why I have been doing the backtesting a bit earlier in the day, like around 2, 3, 4 p.m., right? At 4 p.m., it's when the strategy says that there's no more good volatility because the US market also closes at 4 p.m. I understand crypto is 24/7. But that's just part of the strategy. It says do not operate outside those business hours, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So yeah, right now it's 9 p.m. So we're not supposed to be entering. This trade happened at 8:45 or 20:45, whatever time format you like to use. So yeah, but it's still just to show you guys this example. This is what would have happened. Let's see how it goes, actually. I want to keep it there. And the perfect thing about this is that I automated the strategy where a computer does this for me, right? With the help of Claude AI and ChatGPT, I've managed to get them to code the kind of stuff that I need on Python, and it's been working out pretty well. That's all I got to mention about Sui. I know I've been talking a lot about it, so let's move on. Litecoin is up 1.70%. Reached a high of 129. No, today. This is today. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart, so that's why I'm getting confused. Which is almost where it reached on the day yesterday. So it's kind of reached a little resistance point, to say the least, right over around here, right? It's at a very healthy uptrend, I can see, so that's pretty good. Current price is $126.98. Yep, could continue moving forward here. We can look for long positions as well if we did get the entry signal. Ever since when? Ever since 10 a.m. this morning, we would have long entries available to enter. I'm just going to look for the most relevant one, which would be right over here, right? Why this one? Because this is the only moments where the relative strength index was below 40, right? The rest of the time it was not below 40, so we can't take those as entries. We did get a crossover as well for the moving average and the stochastic RSI. So that would be our entry signal at the close of this candle. We're looking for long positions, so I would enter there. Or the bot would, at least. I'm too slow to calculate this. I can't calculate the 1% of my account without like missing crazy price movements. So you get the point. Now from here, as I mentioned, we look at the average true range to determine where our stop loss is going to be. At that moment, it happened to be 63 cents. So what we do, like I say, is whip out the calculator. 63 multiplied by 2 is 126 cents. $1.26 then. From there, we subtract it off of the entry price that we entered, which is $124.33. I'm just going to redo this. $124.33 minus the $1.26. So it's your stop loss is going to be $120. Why am I mentioning this wrong? $123.07. That's your stop loss. Where's your take profit? Whatever this is times 3. There we go. As of right now, this trade would have closed about 25 minutes ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 25 minutes ago approximately. And would have hit a take profit, a sweet take profit right there. And because you're using risk reward ratio of 1 to 3, doesn't matter if you lose many times, you're likely to compensate 3 bad trades with 1 good trade. And if there's no bad trades to compensate for, then you'll just explode your portfolio in a good way, right? So there you go. That's kind of how the strategy works, just to give you guys an idea. In case you were wondering. Cardano, it is up 1.05%. It's finally reached 80 cents. That makes me smile. Reached a high of 83 cents today. From there, it had a little dip. We're still at an uptrend, very strong and healthy. It's good for that. Let's see. Could we have entered? We could have entered. Now, keep in mind, the strategy can fail, of course. There have been multiple stop losses that I've seen on the backtesting that I've been doing. There's an issue with the volume and how it's being calculated. How much I'm losing is being calculated incorrectly because I only want 1% of my account to be risked on each trade. That's something I have to edit in the code. But that's for a different topic. So RSI, it's negative over here. It's also negative over here. I don't know. Multiple things could have happened, right? Could the bot have executed this trade? Probably. What would have happened? I'm curious. So we're entering long, correct? Let me go to 1 hour. Just to confirm if we are in an uptrend. Yeah, we've been in an uptrend for the whole time. Okay. So what would have happened here? You take the average true range, 0.00472 multiplied by 2 is whatever this is. Now you get the price of Cardano, which is 0.80488, the price that you would have entered in. Subtract whatever that average true range is. This is your new stop loss. Smile about it. You take your take profit, multiply by 3 ticks, and that's your take profit. This would have hit a stop loss. It would have survived. So this trade would still be open, technically. And, I mean, the uptrend is still going. This could easily reverse upwards and hit a take profit. Or, I mean, we are in a negative zone, so this could just slam that stop loss and call it a day. So either or could happen. I'm going to keep this drawn out over here. I was going to ignore this and like try to pick one of these ones, but I think that's cheating. The bot would have detected this one over here first, right? Because RSI has not been under that zone for a while at least. Here it would have been, right? This would have been a successful trade. Why? Just literally look at this, right? RSI below the red. Stochastic makes the crossover. Wherever the stop loss is doesn't matter because this trade just immediately went up. And yeah, hits a take profit there. So that one would have worked out well. This one it's still up in the air, not confirmed quite yet. Chainlink is $18.68, down 2.25%, even though it looks okay. Still very flat, I don't know. No confirmation of a full trend switch quite yet, but it seems like it is on its way up again. But literally anything could happen. If it breaks the support at $18.19, we'll continue to see some downward pressure for Chainlink. Overall, the altcoin index down 1.43%. Measures the top 10 altcoins. Look at this. Look at this. What is happening? Why? Something's clearly wrong with the altcoin index. Why is it doing that? It's literally oscillating between... Let me go to 5-minute chart. I don't believe this. What is this? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing or what? Scan this barcode and get a lot of money. Maybe that's what it is. That's weird. Probably some technical fault with BingX's altcoin index. Alright, cool. That's a first. Nice. Things you don't get to see every day. How about we talk about some news, yes? President Trump slams Reuters for being paid $9 million in U.S. taxpayer money. He says that radical left Reuters was paid $9 million by the Department of Defense to study large-scale social deception. Give the money back now, is what he's saying. Basically claiming that Reuters has been, I don't know, fake news kind of stuff or biased news, things like that, right? The media. It's the media's fault. There you go. Trump also confirms that, I did want to mention this because I don't think I made it too clear yesterday when I talked about Russia-Ukraine war. Trump confirms that he will continue to send secured aid to Ukraine in exchange for the rare earth, the minerals, because they now have to pay Trump, what was it, $500 billion or something? He said, if we didn't do that, then Putin would say he won. We're the thing that's holding it back. We'll go as long as we have to go. So, yeah, of course, he didn't want to, like, make that ceasefire deal with Russia, Ukraine, and, you know, get them to end the war. And then Russia will be like, look, we're victorious. We won. So to avoid that from happening, Trump's like, you know, you guys didn't win. We're just stopping the war, and that's all. Shouldn't have happened in the first place. And Ukraine owes us money, but we'll still send them secured aid. There you go. On the other hand, not Donald, Justin Trudeau from Canada, I don't know, he's got a completely different mindset. While Trump is working with negotiations for peace in Ukraine, Putin agrees to meet, the world moves forward. Justin Trudeau, he keeps saying like, oh, we support Ukraine, Slava Ukraine, we'll stand with Ukraine no matter what. Ukraine must win this war is one of the things that he said. How the heck are you going to do that? That's literally, you're going to war against Russia. Like, you're not going to win, right? Especially something as small as Ukraine. Ukraine was never going to win the war. It's just, literally Kamala Harris could explain it. Russia is a big country. Ukraine is a small country. Whatever she said. And of course, some people aren't really happy, mainly Europe. They're saying that, well, the phone call that Trump had with Vladimir Putin to discuss that peace deal. The leaders of Russia and US discussed a peaceful resolution to Ukraine crisis. Panicky reaction from European leaders was not long in coming. Because they're saying, hey, you guys excluded us from this ceasefire peace resolution to the war. Also, you should be involving Ukraine in this as well. It seems like Ukraine was kind of pushed aside and it was just the United States with Russia telling the world, I guess, what to do, how to stop this war. So you're going to see a bunch of world leaders criticizing and saying, you guys should be involving Ukraine in these talks. So, yeah, I guess some of them aren't really that happy. But, yep, they didn't get what they wanted. Ukraine isn't joining NATO and the war is ending. Congratulations, Trump. Indian president, or prime minister, sorry, Modi, went to the White House. They started talking and took a couple of questions. Trump also announced today that he is going to be imposing reciprocal tariffs, something that he was planning to announce at 1 o'clock p.m. Reciprocal tariffs meaning if you put tariffs on the United States, we're going to do the same thing to your country at the same percentage because fair is fair, right? Cool. I guess. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know why that wasn't a thing before, but there you go. Trump also had more information that he provided from his press conference. He mentioned that he will be looking at the IRS. Couple of rumors here. He is planning to abolish income tax and also audit the IRS with Doge. That's going to be big if true. Americans will no longer have to pay income tax, right? Car tariffs are coming soon. He did mention this, which we'll talk about. He would love to have Russia back in the G7, right? A group of countries that are, I don't know, it would make it G8 instead. He's commending, of course, Elon Musk, saying that Doge is doing a great job. I've mentioned this a couple times. There's apparently a deadline to ban TikTok, which is going to be extended. He blames Taiwan for taking the chip business, the microchips. You know who's going to suffer the most from this is Taiwan Semiconductors. The most, right? I want to see if they have any impact on their stock price. TSM is Taiwan Semiconductors. Seems like nothing yet. I'm not sure if this was announced after the fact. It's just announced at 2 p.m. today. Seems like it's not really impacting Taiwan Semiconductors right now, at least. He's not concerned about countries shifting business to China. He wants talks on military spending cuts with Russia and China. No need for producing or stockpiling new nuclear weapons. Trying to bring peace to the world. And, of course, if BRICS nations ditch the dollar, they will face 100% tariffs. That means Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, if they decide to make their own currency and ditch the US dollar, they're going to pay the heavy price, which, based off of what I heard, they no longer plan on doing anything, as opposed to what was happening under Biden's administration, the previous administration in the United States. They were trying to accelerate that. They were making all these new, BRICS Pay, or, I don't know, some BRICS credit card, which was available in Russia, or they were using maybe crypto for their currencies, right? To trade a bit amongst each other's countries. But now it seems like that's out of the question, thanks to Donald Trump. Cool. Pierre Poilievre commented on this whole G7 Russia joining it back, which he is not in favor of that idea. He mentioned that Russia should not be welcomed back into the G7. It was the conservative governments that led the charge to kick Russia out of the then G8. It used to be called G8. Because of their illegal invasion of Crimea in 2014. They, if you don't know, they annexed this other tiny country called Crimea, which they said, hey, this belongs to Russia, and they took over it. So now Crimea doesn't exist. Or does it? Whatever. Whatever remains of it is now part of Russia. That's the conclusion of that. And they got kicked out of the G7, and Pierre, this is possibly the next Canadian Prime Minister, by the way, is saying that it's justifiable today why they were kicked out, and they should not come back, is what he says. Cool. Interesting take. For whatever reason, today the stock exchange in Russia suspended trading. Sus. It was due to data transmission problems. I just read this here. Moscow Exchange Group, MOEX, announced a suspension of trading this evening at 8:40 p.m. local time due to problems with data transmission. This technical hiccup is the latest in a series of disruptions affecting the Moscow stock market. The exchange has yet to release detailed information regarding the nature of the data transmission issues or provide a timeline for when trading might resume. So, weird stuff. Are they getting hacked or what? Of course, Putin is now buddies with Donald Trump and, of course, with Xi Jinping as well. And he's invited them to Russia's victory parade on May 9 in Moscow. So they're all going to party. Good for them. RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy, has officially been sworn in as the HHS secretary to make America healthy again. I forget what HHS, Health Department, HHS, Hamilton Health, no, that's not it. Health and Human Services Secretary, which that's what he was initially appointed for, and now he's confirmed. He's officially been sworn in. Same thing with, what Tulsi Gabbard did yesterday with the Director of National Intelligence. Hey, remember that Gulf of America thing that Google Maps changed that I showed you guys? Apparently Mexico is threatening to sue Google over that name change, which I don't think it's like this, though. I think that's misleading, because it still says Gulf of Mexico, but then in brackets it says Gulf of America. I think that's the weird technicality that they've managed to go around to avoid getting hit with a lawsuit like this, but still it seems like Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is still going to be suing Google. She's asking to reverse the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America for U.S. users, a change reflecting a Trump administration decision. I'm pretty sure I saw footage of it. I don't know if it was legit or not. Donald Trump signing this large sheet of paper that says Gulf of America, smiling and holding it up to the cameras. Seems like it was an official change to me. I don't know. She argues that the Gulf of Mexico's name is internationally recognized and warns that Mexico may file a civil lawsuit if Google does not comply. For now, Google Maps still shows Gulf of Mexico in Mexico, but displays both names globally. Okay, cool. I didn't know about this. So if you live in Mexico, it will tell you on Google Maps, Gulf of Mexico. But everywhere else in the world, it will say both, which is what we see here. If I look up Gulf of Mexico, it will say Gulf of Mexico, but in brackets after that it says Gulf of America. No response from Google yet. We'll see what happens. Sources Reuters. We already know that they're facing a $9 million lawsuit from Donald Trump, or pay $9 million in damages, whatever the case is. Hamas is starting to get a little quirky again. They're refusing to release all hostages by Saturday. Apparently they had a deadline to release hostages in their ceasefire deal, which, I don't know, it's going to anger Israel again, maybe. Hamas will not release all Israeli hostages on Saturday, claiming they are only committed to their original schedule, according to their spokesman, Sami Abu Zuhri. Yeah. Trump has made it clear. He said that if all hostages aren't freed by Saturday at noon, the ceasefire should be canceled, and Israel should let all hell break loose. Oh boy, are we gonna get another Middle Eastern conflict again under the Trump administration? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a way for him to speed things up a little bit. I don't know why they taking too long here to release their hostages, but yeah, there you go. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz and Itamar Ben-Gvir are warning against settling for a trickle of releases while Hamas gets fuel and aid. There you go. Speaking of terrorists, we had a terrorist attack, it seems like, in Germany. Again, another car plowing through the crowd of people. At least 20 injured. It was a 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker. The suspect is now in custody. Here's more information. It was an Afghan migrant drove into a crowd. Did I say that right? An Afghan migrant drove a car into a crowd this morning in Munich, whatever you pronounce it. Killed a woman, injuring 27 other people. Child is fighting for its life. We're always more... Okay, that's just Europe invasion kind of deal. But yeah, you get the point. It's getting crazy in Europe. Kanye West is back. He reactivated his Twitter. I don't remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but if you know, you know that he went on a wild rampage filled with odd and extreme posts. Specifically, I don't know, it was attacking everyone, like anti-black, anti-white, anti-Jew, pro-Nazi, pro-Hitler, and apparently because of this as well, his wife, Bianca Censori, who always dresses up naked for some reason, has split and they're planning to divorce after she reportedly refused to participate in a new film, citing that she was also traumatized by Kanye's violent anti-Semitic meltdown on social media, on Twitter. If you saw this, then yeah, it was a wild ride. But apparently, I mean, people that are reporting that they're going to get divorced, there's no mention of a divorce according to community notes, so maybe they're not getting divorced. Who knows? It's probably just a rumor. Anyway, irrelevant for now. Phantom Wallet. Let's start talking about more crypto news here. MoonPay has partnered with Phantom. Phantom, of course, leading wallet for Solana. So this could be good for Solana. They partnered up and they got rid of fees. You now can buy or sell crypto with your MoonPay balance if you have the MoonPay app. It's live now. There you go. That's cool. Good stuff. No fees. Buying crypto with MoonPay balance. There you go. Good partnership. I'm happy for them. Ethereum whale. There's a whale activity here. Bought $97,200,000 worth of Ethereum 2 hours ago. Well, that was yesterday. Yeah. So I guess 24 hours ago, 26 hours ago at the time of that post. I didn't cover it at that moment yesterday, but it's important to talk about this now because, okay, well, first of all, they're loading up on Ethereum. And I also saw this, which could be interesting as well. If you don't know, Donald Trump also has another crypto project called World Liberty Financial, who is notorious on Twitter that we've all seen to have been stocking up on Ethereum, Ondo, and some other project. I don't remember. But here's an interesting point. What if Trump is flooding the market with, like the tariffs, saying, oh, tariffs are coming everywhere, just to keep the price of Ethereum low so that he can stock up on Ethereum? That is a big brain play. It would explain why there's so much short volume or like short positions active on Ethereum at the moment. I don't know. Maybe this is just one big conspiracy, right? That's pretty funny. I do want to check before we get into Binance's story. Where is ETF flows for Ethereum? I want to see if there has been any sells or purchases. Seems like more sell pressure. $12 million, 11 of February. And $40 million outflow. Thanks, Grayscale. That was yesterday. Today, so far, we got a $3.8 million outflow, but 4.6 inflow from Fidelity. Will BlackRock purchase today? Probably. Yeah, we can't tell for sure. BlackRock is always the last to report whatever they bought or sold. So, every day that we're checking this one, we're never able to see what they do. Get out of here. How about for Bitcoin? Mainly outflows for Bitcoin from the ETFs. That's pretty interesting. Look at just yesterday. Lots of outflows, even from BlackRock. That's rare to see. Last outflow we had from them was January 29. Okay, interesting. 4 days of consecutive outflows for Bitcoin. Do they know something? Probably not. They're just trying to suppress the price, in my opinion, is what it seems like. But hey, remember, we got that inflation data. Today's Thursday, right? It is indeed. Guys, today we got more inflation data. I forgot to talk about this. It was the PPI data, so Producer Price Index, that's what it is, which came in practically in line with expectations. I don't know why it says 0.5. I'm pretty sure it's pretty sure it was in line with expectations if I just look PPI up. Oh, there was an upward revision, as if the previous administration wasn't exactly being honest on how bad inflation was. Interesting point. Wow, that is crazy. it rose above expectations to 3.5. Core PPI inflation was 3.6 above the expectations of 3.3. I'm seeing different numbers here. Are we sure this is it? Cool. But yeah, of course, before that, we also got the CPI inflation reading, which that was devastating. It was a large increase in inflation data that we got, meaning that less of a chance of us getting a rate cut, for instance. Let me go to check how the probabilities are. It's probably still like a 99% chance of no rate cut this upcoming meeting. 97.5%. There you go. We used to expect a rate cut in June. Now it's for July. And another one was expected in December, which is now for next year, March. And even a rate hike is on the table now. Look at this. 2026 September, a rate hike. And then a 50 basis point rate cut. What is... These percentages are all over the place. Clearly, we need more data. More time has to pass. We still got a couple months to go through. Of course, we still got a whole year to go through to determine whether or not we get the 2 rate cuts that we were initially promised at the beginning. See how that goes. Cool. Let's talk about Binance. CZ is talking about, if you want to know about broccoli, we're not talking about the vegetable. We're talking about a dog. Binance, well, CZ, why do we keep calling him Binance? CZ has a dog. He's the ex-CEO of Binance, for the record. He talked to yesterday about how he was he has a nice dog or something like that. People were like, let's see some pictures and its name, and he refused to do that for one day. Today is the day, and he released the images of the dog and everything. He's like, "Yep, this is the dog. There you go." He gave a long story about how he saved it, I think, from a zoo, something like that. And now people, of course, using Binance Smart Chain, using their decentralized exchange of PancakeSwap, which saw a huge influx in volume because of this, have now started pumping up that meme coin. They released a meme coin, which is not on here. Cool. I had it over here somewhere. Well, broccoli. So here it is. It's on PancakeSwap. This is the one that I saw in the morning. These two were rug pulls. This one was a failed project. I'm pretty sure I saw other ones released on pump.fun, but I don't think they got anywhere. I think they got attempted rug pull as well, but this is the only one that's actually up. So this is the one that actually took off. It's now at 31 cents, meaning that it did come back up a little bit. Yeah, because I saw it after it dumped all the way down here, like 20 something. It's now back up. 31 cents. Nothing too major though. This started off at not even costing a penny, by the way. Like if you look at the open price, 0.00003 cents. Dollars, whatever it is. So yeah, went from costing nothing to reach a high of $1.40 approximately, $1.41. And now it's dropped to 31 cents. Awfully reminiscent of how Trump launched his meme coin. Interesting stuff. There you go. If you got into it early, good for you. You need Ethereum to buy this. You need PancakeSwap, so have fun with the gas fees. I ain't participating in a dead project, and it's just a dog. Who cares? Tether. There's some news about Tether, some FUD being created by JP Morgan, who seems to always like to create FUD at this time. They're saying that Tether, USD Tether, the stablecoin company, may need to sell some of their Bitcoin holdings to meet the proposed US stablecoin rules, as only 66% to 83% of its reserves comply. Of course, if Tether, they're one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. If they do sell off, that's going to be pretty devastating. If I look at the top 10 Bitcoin holders, 2025, you got these guys, right? Michael, this is not Michael Saylor. Oh yeah, it is. I guess he's just younger. Satoshi Nakamoto. This is not the real Satoshi Nakamoto. MicroStrat. Okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Tesla's not a big holder. Can I just get a list? I want to find a list. All right, there you go. Tether is on here at number 17. I don't know from when this chart is from. November 2024. Okay, so a couple months ago. Coinbase is not the biggest Bitcoin holder. Satoshi Nakamoto is. Okay, well, I guess BlackRock and MicroStrategy have their Bitcoins on Coinbase, but still that wouldn't make sense. Whatever. Binance is after Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto, of course, is the founder of Bitcoin, has 1 million Bitcoins, and nobody knows who this person is or company. You never know. Then we got Grayscale, the biggest sellers, and they still have so much, even though they sell so much. US government, taken from Silk Road and etc. Bitfinex, another exchange. OKX exchange, Kraken exchange. The Chinese government, for whatever reason, has 190,000 Bitcoins. You got Fidelity, Wealth Management. Block One, I'm pretty sure this is an exchange. Robinhood exchange. Some unknown wallet has 78,000 Bitcoins. Then you got Upbit, and then you got the stablecoin USD Tether at 75,000 Bitcoins. Cool. Good for them. Gemini's another exchange, unknown, and Mr. 100, which I think I've already confirmed that Mr. 100 is just some South Korean exchange that buys 100 Bitcoins every day. At least they try to. Sometimes they buy it multiple times. I guess they forget a couple days. I say they because I'm pretty sure it's not one person. It's a whole company just buying 100 Bitcoins every day. Unlike El Salvador buys, I think it's just 1 Bitcoin every day. Which, fair enough. Slowly but surely, accumulating 1 Bitcoin every day, regardless of the price. I think that's the way to do it. So good for them. This, though, could cause some FUD. Although, this does the opposite of cause FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. GameStop stock, so that's GME, it soars as much as 20% on news that the company is considering investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That would be pretty cool if GameStop does indeed start just buying Bitcoin. They're going to become the next MicroStrategy kind of deal, right? I don't know why I clicked that. I wanted to look at GameStop. GameStop, of course, does have its meme background with Roaring Kitty and screw the hedge fund managers kind of community that's behind him. But this is for a completely separate reason. It's showing 7%. That's probably because of where the current price is. Yeah, but it reached a high of up to 20% increase. People are optimistic about GameStop purchasing Bitcoin. So you're going to notice now that any price fluctuations from Bitcoin will have some impact on the price of GameStop. If true, though, this is not confirmed if they're actually going to do it. I think it's just an idea for now. Right? Hang on. Let me get rid of this before I go back. Leave. I want to read this tweet again. It's news that the company is considering investing. So yeah, they're not actually doing it yet, but they're considering investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Could be other stuff. Maybe they buy their own meme coin stock. That'll be not stock. I mean, this stock is a meme at this point, but their meme coin, yeah, their coin, right? There is a meme coin, and that's what I was gonna do. So that's why I went to CoinMarketCap. I wanted to look up GME. I could have just looked it up on. Is it this one? Possibly. Yeah, this is the one. It has all those crazy spikes from Roaring Kitty times. This happened last year in June, May. And this is when it originally came out, when he originally posted a photo on Twitter where it was some meme of a dude leaning back on his chair and then an arrow pushing him forward to kind of make him look more serious about whatever video game he was playing while sitting on that chair. Meaning that Roaring Kitty, or whatever his name is, what was his name? Kyle, whatever. Yeah, Yeah, he was under pressure from getting sued because of due to insider trading, right? Because he one day took to Reddit and said, "Hey guys, let's just pump the hell out of GameStop. It's being super oversold and shorted by hedge funds, and it's not allowing GameStop to soar." And we love video games, right, guys? So him with a massive community on Reddit just suddenly decided to spike the price of GameStop, the actual stock. That's what I want to look up right here. The history of GameStop. Go to like a weekly chart. You'll see what I'm talking about. So this is the first pump. It happened in 2021. So this is what we're talking about. And this completely wrecked a lot of wealthy hedge fund managers if you were shorting this, right? It also made a lot of people millions, especially Roaring Kitty. This guy bought tons of options and he got rich off of it. And from there, you know, everything was decent. He disappeared and he didn't come back for like 2 years. 2024, he came back, he announced his return, made it pump up once again. He did a live stream, he talked about the stuff, made it pump a little bit more, or a little bit less, actually. Even Andrew Tate got into this action over here. But then from there, it's been kind of silent from him once again while he settles whatever lawsuits he's got, right? And now, well, scraping the bottom of the barrel, looking at what MicroStrategy has done, they also want to just buy Bitcoin and have their stock price depend on the movement of Bitcoin, which so far for MicroStrategy, it's kind of saved the company for sure, since whatever happened back in 2000, where they did reach a high of 333 in the year 2000. From there, the stock died. They were at $2 for years, okay? From the year 2000 until just recently. They start buying Bitcoin, 2021 Bitcoin pump, cool. Crypto winter, buys a lot more Bitcoin, rises up here in March 2024 after Bitcoin ETF announcements. Sure. And you'll notice how similar this looks like to the price action of the actual Bitcoin. But then this rise right over here, the short-term rise, was significantly larger than what Bitcoin achieved, because this guy just had, it's like you're multiplying that volatility because the amount of Bitcoins that Michael Saylor purchased for this stock. And now things are kind of cooling down. Pretty sure he released another stock called Stark or Strike here. Wow, crazy stuff. It's already pumping like crazy. But apparently you can exchange whatever. If you have MicroStrategy stock, you can put it into Strike and you get 10 shares for it or something like that. Yeah, I don't know how feasible this will be, but you got that option there if you so want it. This is the state of the crypto market, where you just release a meme coin on pump.fun. Somebody literally purchased $1. You can see right here, they bought 97 cents and they didn't sell, and it just gets rug pulled. A $1 rug pull, guys. Like, it's just that desperate out there. That's why I don't want to mess with pump.fun at all. Like, it's just completely killed anything I ever want to do with it. So yeah, just watch it out there. And of course, last bit of news is Coinbase reporting $2.3 billion in revenue for Q4 2024, which was 23% higher than expectations. It's really good news for Coinbase, causing their stock to pump in the post-market hours, reaching a high of 313. It kind of chilled out now, and nobody can trade it, or at least we don't have data on who is trading it. It's currently 293. Tomorrow morning it should hopefully open towards the upside and continue pumping, because I mean, Coinbase also has a lot of Bitcoin, as I showed you guys in that other chart. They're also a big holder of Bitcoin, so their price also would kind of resemble the movement of Bitcoin. But yeah, they also got earnings to depend on, and people did have high hopes and expectations for Coinbase based off of Robinhood's earnings that also came in good. Robinhood, another exchange that also holds a lot of Bitcoin. Look at that. Good earnings, nice pump. Good for both of those companies. That is all for today. Bitcoin still 96,600. Can't wait for February 18. And that is all for today. I entered a position, didn't I? No, I drew something. I want to see how it's doing. It was a Litecoin. No, it was not Litecoin. Is it XRP? What position did I just enter? Was it Sui? It was Sui. Okay. I didn't enter. Why do I keep saying I entered? I just drew it to see how it went, how it's going. So far, so good for Sui. Still pumping. Needed to reach 352, which was practically today's high. So definitely looks like a possible trade if I had entered over here, which I didn't. But I just wanted to trace it to see how it goes. That other Litecoin trade looks like it worked. I'm happy with the strategy. I'll see how it turns out. I'll keep back testing it. And I'll let you guys know. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.